Hey, Lucky, how you doing? Hey, Miss Bikini, how's it going? Yo, yo, yo. No problem, I'm here. Dinner time, dinner time. A granola bar. I haven't had one of those in a while. I had a chicken panini sandwich with some bacon, some cheese, some mayo. That's what I had. Yeah, the moon is huge tonight and last night, and it's like it's sitting behind some clouds tonight. So it's not very bright outside. It's like it's cloudy today. So yeah, last night was crazy. But tonight it's hiding behind the clouds. So that's how it is tonight. But last night it was nice and clear, and it was like a lot it was a lot of brightness. I went outside last night when I left the live, and it was like I took my dog for a walk, and bang, I was like, holy shit, it's bright out here. Yeah, talking to the moon. Bruno Mars. That's why the energy's been the way it has been lately. Energy's been weird, kind of off and tense. It's been weird energy lately because it is retrograde, the full moon. It's just been crazy, period. Yeah, it definitely swirls and goes all over the place, and that's why everything's been kind of wonky and crazy. It's just the way it is. The moon is in Scorpio, so good luck with that. It's now Taurus season. Oh boy, a lot of craziness all around. Today was okay. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't that great either. But the main thing is I got what I needed to get done. That's all I can ask for is for good days. Yeah, that's geez like that. It's this month has been one of those months where you want to forget. This month has been the eclipse, the retrograde, full moon in Scorpio. It just all hit all at once. So it's not exactly a good month. Yeah, it can definitely feel that way, Miss Bikini. That's for sure. I feel that way sometimes. Sometimes I tell people I don't even know if if my heart exists sometimes inside of me. I know it's beating and I know it's keeping me alive, but sometimes I used to really feel things with my heart, but now I don't that much. It's more with my brain and my head. My heart's like, yeah, bro, I'll just stay here and the door closed up. Whenever you're ready to feel it, we'll be around. That's how it is for me for the past few years. I'm like, fuck this shit. But my heart's still good. It's still beating. It's still keeping me alive. It's just to feel like love stuff. It's like my heart's like, nah, bro. We're gonna take a break from that bullshit. Then when I hear all the things that people go through, I'm like, yep, that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not worried about no shit like that. And that's it. Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. Yeah. Hmm. Yep, I'm an Aquarius. But that's how it is, though. A lot of people like go through tough situations in their life, and then they're like, you know what? You just end up staying to yourself, keeping to yourself, and just not worrying about like the bullshit anymore, and you just live your life. That's how I've been for the past few years, which is like the best thing I've done in a long time. Just keep to myself, do what I have to do, live life, work, stay calm, try not to let people get to me, try not to deal with stupid people, and just go about my business. It's the best thing in the world. You said When is enough in love? What's your best advice on how to deal with best way to deal with an aqua is to leave him alone. If you leave me alone, and I come back to you or I talk to you, that's a good thing. If I don't, that means that I don't give a fuck about you. Well, the best thing is not to piss off an aqua or lie to him or give him a reason to be suspicious. But that's normal for every sign. It all depends on your character, really. If an Aquarius doesn't want, there's no chances. You fuck up, that's a wrap. And that's not just Aquarius, that's a lot of people. But me personally, I don't give people multiple chances unless there's a reason to, or I feel like they genuinely fucked up, and I'll just keep them in the distance. You know. Oh, if he's too busy, the best thing to do is leave him alone. Don't hound him. Don't go at him. Don't keep calling him or texting him, and don't annoy him. Because we don't want to be annoyed. We don't want you to talk to us every fucking day, all night. You got to give him space. You got to give us space. We don't want to be you know, all day, all night. And if we have an important job like cybersecurity, we don't want to be bothered because then, you know, we want to make sure we have the best thing to do is to roll with an Aquarius's time. When they're available, make yourself available. When they're not available, leave them alone. And if you're doing that, then that's okay. You're good. But that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not good to talk to each other all the time, every day, all day. Because then when you get together, what are you going to talk about? You sit there and stare at each other. Again, I'm talking about somebody else that you don't like, or boring each other with bullshit. That's what I'm saying. If he's too busy, you know. Well, that's because you got to understand how that is. If you're dealing with a person that has a job that is their life, then you got to roll with the time frame that person has for you. And most Aquarius, like myself, we don't really, we rather have our life and our job before we have somebody around us that doesn't understand. So if you don't understand, and then we're gonna get rid of you. I've done it many times in my lifetime. Hey Dan, what's up, bro? Yeah, that's how life is. You have to have a schedule. You know, the point, like the whole thing with the relationship, is there has to be a give and take. There has to be an understanding. There has to be like a time where you both can be with each other, and you both can compromise your times. And then when things don't go right, don't force it, and don't act like the whole relationship revolves around you. A lot of people's perception of a relationship is a lot of communication, being up each other's ass all day. I need to talk to you every other hour, or I need to know where you are, what you're doing. When was the last time you took a shit? All that stuff's unnecessary. A relationship should be built on trust and built on, like, whenever it can be sorted out between both, then that's when it's gonna happen. But if you only meet up once a week and you personally feel that's not enough, then that's up to you. So if you can't see him more than that and you want to, then you have to find somebody that meets your standards. If you're the type of person you want to be around your boyfriend 24/7 and you want to see him multiple times a week and you want to see him constantly, then that person is not for you. But if you can only see them once a week and you know that person's like, doing what they have to do, then that's different. And also it depends on how long you've been with the person. Now just tell yourself this. In a year's time, if you're living with them, right? Just say you're living with them, constantly. You're living with them now, right? Say you're living with him and he comes home every day, you see him every day. You see him in the morning, you see him at night, you go to sleep with him. It's different because then you're in a different relationship. But right now, you know, it's just the way it is. You can't a relationship never stays the same. It either evolves or it gets worse. Me personally, I want to be in contact with my woman. I'll contact her every day. I'll speak to her every day, no problem. But I don't have to see her every day, and I don't want her to contact me 24/7 because I don't want nobody to contact me 24/7. That's annoying, you know. Nobody should be doing that to somebody every single day, all day. Like it's just too much. When you do too much, your relationship don't last because the other person gets fed up. Well, if you're turning one this year in May, you know, then if you've been together this long, you got to ask yourself, why am I been together with him this long? Mhm. So relationships take a long time, and it's a 24/7 job. If you're with somebody for a year, you either know whether or not you want to be with that person or not. And then if you do, you got to go to the next stage where you actually live with each other. That's the biggest problem with relationships. People don't live with each other until like they get to a certain point because they're not ready yet. But when you actually live with somebody 24/7 and you're with them all the time and you see them, and you're like, then you get to realize who that person really is. That's always been my number one thing is if I ever get to know somebody like that and live with somebody for multiple long time, for a year, living with you, dating you for a year is one thing, but we go to our separate homes, right? So if I'm seeing you all the time and we still don't live together, that don't mean nothing. Your relationship basically starts when you live with each other, because that's when it gets real, where you're with each other every day. You see each other every day. You have to deal with each other every day. You have to share things. You have to do things. So it all depends. on how much you wanna give up, how much you wanna deal with. And then when you live with someone for a whole year, you say to yourself, "Oh boy, I've lived with this person. I've been with them for 2 years. I've dated them for one and lived with them for another. So now I need to make my decision on whether or not I want to be with this person for the rest of my life or what's my next step." And that's why a lot of people, find out who somebody really is after they live with them for a long period of time. Well, if he used to be clingy, calls me day and night, texts me in the morning and night, then boom, he changed drastically. Then ask yourself, why did he change? Why do you think he changed? Mhm. If he changed, you know, well, that's the thing. Sometimes, listen, I'll tell you what I think. If he was clingy all this time and then he stopped, I'll tell you what it is. A lot of people, when they begin to know somebody, they get attached to them and they show them like, hey, I like you, I want you, I love you, I'm with you, I'm gonna cling to you, I'm gonna do all these things. And then when it stops and it drastically changes, like you say, and you're confused, you know why? Because that person is now comfortable. They don't have to do all this extra shit to have you. They have you. So they get comfortable and they're like, yeah, I have her, she ain't going nowhere, or he ain't going nowhere. You know, I trust him, I love him. I don't have to do all this extra shit now. I don't have to be clingy, I don't have to be all lovey dovey and talk to you every fucking day. We're just gonna be together now. But that's the biggest problem in relationships is when you see things go like that, re-spark the passion, re-spark everything. You got to do your end. You can't. A lot of people think that because one person does one thing doesn't mean like the other person can do it. You both have to work together. What the heck is on my shirt? I don't know, like a whole pile of splattered paint, I guess. It's nothing in particular. It's just like a whole pile of like splattered stuff. Right. You have to like. That's why I keep telling people if you want a relationship, you have to work together. You have to make shit happen. You know, that's something that people have no idea on how to do because they get comfortable. Yeah, but not only that, it's like what I mean is like you have to keep doing shit in order to keep it going. When you get too comfortable, then you get bored, and then you're like, oh well, it's not like it used to be. It's never gonna be like it used to be, but you can make it better. I honestly feel that a lot of people want too much when they have a relationship. People want too much, and people watch too much fucking movies. People worry about other people's relationship and what people do. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm your friend and I tell you, yeah, me and my girlfriend, we went out last night. We went on the beach, and we saw the full moon, and we laid this blanket down, and I fucked the crap out of her, sex on the beach, and you'd be like, oh my god, I wish me and my boyfriend never do that. He would never, because he'll get sand on his crotch, or he don't want to go by the water because he can't swim. He'll never fuck outside because he's embarrassed. And you'd be like, yeah, see, I wish I had Marky's life. You know what I'm saying? So like then people try to adjust themselves to dream like or be like somebody else, you know? But that's still not an excuse. So you're making excuses. I've been single for that long too. But if I'm with somebody, I know how to act and I know what I want. But see, now you're changing on me. See, you're trying to make it seem like it's different. But you told me if you've been with this guy for a year, right? And you told me you were happy, and then now you're saying that I only see him once a week, and he's not clingy anymore. Clingy is not good anyway. And an Aquarius gets bored quick, so he's probably bored. He's probably like, yeah, whatever. Oh, I know. There's a lot of women's coochies that got cobwebs on it. You Yeah, of course, Dan. Right. But that's a good thing. You know. I just think people don't know how to deal with the relationships. They want too much, and they want like they get the biggest problem is people get too comfortable in their relationships. People get too comfortable. They make all this effort in the beginning, sweep you off your feet, do all this stuff for you. They wait for like special occasions to spark things up. But it should be every day should be like great, And some people have those everyday great relationships. And then some people get mad because, you know, after a while things aren't better. Like there is no perfect nothing, right? But it can be almost perfect. I just think that a lot of people expect too much of their partner. And another thing is there's no communication. If you ain't telling somebody what you feel and what you want, then how are you gonna let them know? You're just gonna wait. It's really up to you to make the sacrifice to make the relationship better. And once again, I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of women, a lot of women, and some women think that the man has to do everything. And that is the biggest load of bullshit in history. Because that's how you all have been programmed. All of you have been programmed by stupid women to think that that's going to make everything better by finding some clown to give you everything. It don't work that way. It's got to be you know a two-way street. You both got to pull your end. You both got to make things happen. You both should be helping each other. You both should be working. You both should be dealing with each other. You both should be expanding with each other. You both should be doing everything. It should be an equal give and take. There's nobody that should be doing more than the other. Only when things are fucked up. You know? You have to be partners and do everything together. Once you do everything together, you can't talk shit about each other. And you can't like feel neglected by each other. Because if I'm doing everything, then why do I need you? And eventually I'm gonna tell you that. And then you might wake up and be like, fuck yeah, you're right, Mark. You do everything. Okay, well, I'm gonna start, pulling my weight. Then if you start doing it and you maintain it, then I'll keep you. If not, I don't need you. I can do what you do. It's cool. Dan, Dan's like, bitch, show me a trust fund. Yeah, I'm just talking in general, like how people are. I'm just saying, like that's the problem with relationships. Hey, IG, how you doing, bro? I've lived in this world for 47 years, and I've dated my share of women. I'm not a dirty hoe, but I've dealt with a lot of hoes in my life. I've dealt with a lot of people. I've dealt with, you know, potential relationships, giving people a chance, opening my heart, finding out who's right, who's not good for me, who's good. And like that's why I talk the way I talk, because I'm at the stage of my life where, and have been for a long time, where there's no woman that's gonna come into my life and tell me what the fuck to do. That ain't gonna happen. And if you think you're gonna wear the pants and tell me what to do, that ain't gonna happen. And I'm not gonna tell you what to do either. And then you might be like, well, what the fuck? I'm gonna say, you do whatever you want. Just don't lie to me and don't cheat on me. It's simple. And if we can work together, we'll be together. If you do your part and I do my part, we're gonna be together forever. But if I can't trust you, then what's the sense of loving you? I'm only gonna love you if I can trust you. And that's a huge issue. It's a huge issue to find trust. And sometimes a person can be very trustworthy, but be scared to tell you the truth, or be scared to express their feelings to you, or scared to say the truth. So they hide behind the lies or don't even say anything. And then they're going to be like, oh, well, I can't tell you because I was scared. And see, people like that, I don't want in my life. I want straight up people. I want that straight up woman that tells me what she wants, what she needs, what she desires, what she feels like I should be doing with her, or what we can do together to build ourselves. I want somebody with a fucking brain. That's it. And that's very hard to find these days, because most women look for a guy who's going to give them shit. And it's sad. And this is vice versa, but I'm talking like a man. And a lot of men can relate to what I'm saying. And women could use this in a reverse sense. Because there's a lot of women that are breadwinners and got some fucking idiot guy around them leeching off of them all day. And, it's the same thing with a guy. He's going to find a woman that actually has a good job, probably makes more than him, but still uses his shit because she feels entitled because she's got a coochie between her legs. So there's a lot of evil ass people, and there's a lot of evil men and women that take advantage of people, sweep you off your feet in the beginning and then disrespect you in the end. So to me, our relationship's got to be a 24/7 trustworthy situation. If you can't trust the person, you start to get them red flags, the best thing to do is not even try. Just get rid of. Just be like, look, this ain't working. I'm sorry. Oh, well, what did I do? Okay, well, this is what you did. Look, I got a pen and paper here with the fucking list. I was waiting for you to ask me. The other day, you lied to me. You said you were at the grocery store. You were somewhere else. Right? That's your first lie. Then your second lie was this, and your third. You want me to keep going, sweetheart? There you go. Goodbye and good riddance. That's how I carry on. That's how what I do. I'm gonna call you out on your lies. I'm gonna tell you what you're about. And you're not gonna like it, and then I'm gonna break up with you, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you." It's simple. I ain't babysitting no woman that ain't happy. I'm not even babysitting a guy that wants to be my friend, or a guy that is my friend, or a woman that's my friend, or a client, or anybody. I ain't putting up with nobody's shit. Say hello to the bad guy. Or like I say, you fuck around and you'll find out. Yeah. Listen, my parents have been together for 60 years, almost 60 years, right? I think it's like 58 years my parents have been together, right? Almost. And I've never seen my mom and dad fight each other, throw shit at each other, leave each other, talk shit about each other. I've never seen them go at it. Never. They'll have their little, little disagreements here and there or whatever, or they forget shit and they'll be talking shit or whatever. But I've never seen them, you know, disrespect each other outright like most people do. And when they go somewhere, they go together. They go grocery shopping together. They go to church together. They go to the city together. Sometimes my mom, when she goes get a haircut or whatever, she goes on the bus, and then my dad will go pick her up or something like that. Or they're not, they're together now more than ever because they're retired. But even back then, they helped each other. But my mom, she did a lot at home, and my dad worked 3 jobs. But my mom worked at night with my dad, cleaning offices and things like that, and making extra money. Say we have four kids, they lost their ass. So everything. That's why my parents have lasted all these years because they work together. So when I see my parents, I say to myself, "That's what I want." But that's not what I'm gonna get unless a miracle happens. And then I'll have a woman that would say, "Oh, Mark, I want everything you say. Yes, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that." And then about 2 months later, I find out that they're full of shit. Everything is proven over time. A reputation is built in years and lost in minutes. You got me? And a partnership can be built in years and lost in minutes just by a lie, a deception, a wrong place at the wrong time, all that shit. And I've seen it. It takes a lot to be together for a long, long time. But some people are comfortable with disrespect and lies and cheating. Some people are comfortable with like bullshit relationships. Some people are comfortable with just living like shit. So that's what you want. That's your life. That's not mine. I'm not putting up with that shit. I don't have to be with somebody to be complete or happy. I've learned that over the years of my life. I feel like once you reach a certain age, you know like what you want, so everything else is irrelevant. You're not gonna put up with any type of little bullshit that comes your way. Then again, you could be stuck on stupid and be my age and do dumb shit still. And I know people who do that anyway. But I would say the last 10 years, I've seen the most divorce I've ever seen in my life. And that's a fact. My friends, my family, people I don't even know, everybody says that word, divorce. And it's very sad. Seems like there's more divorce than there's marriages. And that's not the way it should be. And I think a lot of people give up really fast on their marriage because they don't get what they want, or there's no spark, there's no like love. Like that's the thing. People do too much in the beginning and do too less during the marriage, or during their time together. I always feel like people should always um, find time to be with each other. If you see things not going the way you want it to go, change, do different things. Um, you know, try and do more fun things together, like reinvent yourselves. Like, let's just say, hey, babe, look, we've never gone this place, or we've never done this. We say we want to, but let's do it now. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it, babe. Boom. And then that, just doing that, you're like, you get excited because you're doing something that you both like, or you're doing something that, one person likes. Okay, I'm going to ride along with it because I know it means a lot to them. But see, people don't do that shit. They don't fucking care about each other like that. It's easier to say, fuck you, I'm going to get a divorce and I'm going to go to someone else, because that's the way you're programmed, is when one person don't work, let me go find somebody else. Why you can't do the same shit you did with the other person? You can. You just didn't communicate, or you didn't care, or you didn't want to do it. Or maybe that person just gave up and you had to go move on with your life. And there's a lot of people who are with narcissistic people and they don't even know it, because they haven't been with nobody else, or they haven't had multiple partners. And that's the biggest fear for a lot of people, is you just don't understand how to fix shit that ain't broken, or how to fix shit that can be fixed. Yeah, sure, IG. I got your donation. Thanks, bro. You can ask your question when you're ready. I agree, Dan. I agree with that very much so. It was right after that when everything went south. And that's the sad part of it all. That's just like, that's something that people can blame, but it's still no excuse to me. Like, that's just like something that, you know why that destroyed everything? Because everybody had to be home with each other all the time. So it made everybody realize that, hey, this is who I'm with all this time. We haven't been home like this all together, locked down forever. So now it's like, you see who you're really with. And that's when the sickness and in health comes into play. And that aggravates people, because people think nothing's ever going to happen to you. And that was the biggest test from God. Some people passed it and some people didn't. All right, you said how this thing's currently look with this woman. I'm slowly building it enough. All right, cool. Let me check. All right, IG. What I'm getting here is I feel like this is like a new thing. Obviously you said things are slowly building. It's still new. It's still gonna be like an adventure between you guys. I still feel like it's I'm seeing here there's a like there could be decisions you need to make, right? That are currently coming up and things that you're gonna have to like be cautious in making decisions with this person. Your involvement with this person. Like you might be like somebody, you might be like feeling right now that I better not like do too much, be too doing in too enthusiastic or too in put too much intuitive and initiative into it. And then sometimes you might have like this feeling like where I don't know if I should do this or maybe I should hold back or maybe like I don't really feel it right now. So and the reason this could be is because this is like the beginning, right? It's still like getting to know. But I feel like this woman is someone who is extremely comfortable with her life. And a woman that's extremely comfortable with her life is harder to deal with. So I think you got your hands full with this person. I think I get this woman as the Queen of Pentacles. And she's someone who has prosperity, she has her well-being. She's a person who doesn't need a man and doesn't need anything. She's extremely comfortable with her own life. And she might even have like enough money and enough security, you know? So she's like, you know what? You're gonna have to make the effort to show me. So you're gonna have to make the effort, IG. If you really want this woman, she's gonna probably be like, you know what? If you act lazy, or if I see you ain't got no ambition, then she's gonna be like, fuck you, like. So I feel like she's a good woman, and this person's a good person. But you gotta remember, she wants love. She don't need, your money. She doesn't need anything else. She just wants love. She wants, someone she can trust. She don't want no careless idiot and somebody who don't give a fuck about her. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you got your hands full with this chick because and the reason I say that is because as soon as you don't give her the time of day, she's gonna be like, oh well, no loss to me. I've got everything I need. I don't need this mofo, you know? So I would say don't contradict yourself with this woman. Tell the truth. Don't obsess over her. Don't give her too much attention. And like be very cautious with your decision making towards her. You know? Like I don't feel like you gotta walk on eggshells with her. Yeah. And that's why, I got the Queen of Pentacles, because that's Earth. That's Capricorn. And if she's a Capricorn, then she's gonna want because Capricorn women, they feel like they don't need no man. They can do it all on their own, which they can. Some of them. But they want, that if they're attracted to you, then you're in. If they're really attracted to you, they're gonna have interest in you. But if you act like somebody who is like lazy or doesn't have ambition, or like you have a less type of job than her, then she might look down on you a bit, you know? Let me check some real quick. See, this woman's looking for compatibility. She's looking for a good man. She's looking for someone that she can be with. But you know what the problem is? Is she's dealt with a lot of unreliable guys. She's had bitter experiences. She's been disappointed by a guy who's probably like drunk or alcoholic, or she was probably with a guy who never made her happy. So she's a successful person, I feel, and she likes to make adjustments to make her life happy. But the thing is she wants to find a successful combination. She wants to find somebody that she's compatible with, and she's very patient. She's gonna take her time. She wants to bring together something slowly but surely. So you said, things are currently, slowly building. And that's the thing. Slowly build it, you know, and see how it goes. But right now, she looks at you as somebody who is, she looks at you as somebody that she can be compatible with and she can bring together something with. But her past haunts her. She's had like some periods in her life where she was like stuck and she was like, you know what, fuck these men. So you got your a task ahead of you, I feel. But if she likes you and she wants you, then it's gonna be easier. Yeah, exactly. No makes sense. Don't make sense being mad at that. I don't see any like concrete feelings she has for you right now. I just think that she looks at you as someone who's temporarily in her life at the moment. She feels like things can improve. She thinks that, there's some beneficial things, you know, coming up. But if you like, she's not looking for a broke mofo, like, what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're broke or whatever, right? But like she's had broke guys in the past that and I feel like she's a breadwinner and she don't want no like guy who's just gonna have to deal with. So before she know when she as she gets to know you and realizes that she doesn't have to like be your mommy, then she'll be all right. She doesn't want somebody that she has to be your mother and your sugar mommy, you know. She wants somebody that she wants to build with. Like her mentality is on like escape mode. Like she doesn't want another idiot guy, you know. So if you show her, you know, if you show her that, you know, that you have what she wants as compatibility, like a man who has the is secure, has a good job, has their finances, you know, dealt with, and you show her like, she ain't gotta be your, your mommy and your sugar mommy, then she'll be happy with that. But I feel like the energy's not quite there yet. Like you said, it's new, it's slowly building. So over time, if you prove to her that, you're not one of these lame ass mofos that wants a sugar mama and don't do shit all day, then she'll respect you and want you. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hey Ninja, how you doing? But I don't see like, anything bad. I just feel like she wants to bring together something and she feels compatible with you, but she just needs to know who you are. I don't feel like she knows who you are yet, like who you really are. Hey Destiny, how you doing, sweetheart? You okay? So yeah, IG, to answer your question, um, that's how things currently look, with her. Yeah. She just wants somebody that she can trust and be with, Like kind of like my speech I made earlier. That's what people want in relationships. They don't want to be dealing with no bullshit, man. And I feel like this woman, she's already got everything she needs. She's perfectly fine, like being by herself, because she's had like some lame ass guys. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you guys something. A lot of people nowadays, and for a long time now, people are tarnished. Everybody in this room is tarnished by people who fucked you over. Everybody's tarnished and feels some type of way because of an ex and what somebody did to you. So you end up taking that shit to the next relationship, and don't tell me you don't. You do. It's always in the back of your mind. It's in the back of all of our minds. We all think like that because we don't want to get fucked over again. And if we give somebody too much confidence that we want them, then they take advantage of that sometimes. Because they're like, yeah, I got another dumb fuck here. I'm gonna take them for everything they got. So it's a pain in the ass. So my opinion is this, and my advice is this: when you deal with somebody new, go into it with a new perspective and a new mindset. If you go in with that person saying you're just like everybody else, or they have like characteristics or qualities of somebody, then you make your decision, yes or no, or are you going to deal with another idiot? But if you see somebody that's decent, at least give them a chance to prove themselves. Don't just automatically write them off because you had a bad fucking life. And don't tell those people that you had a bad fucking husband or a wife and they did this and they did that. Because when you do that shit, people don't want to hear that shit. People want to hear, like, oh, yeah, they're going to treat me like that too. And I'm going to be the first person to say to that woman, I'm not your ex, sweetheart. And I'm not going to be him. Oh, well, then you're going to have to find out. It's that simple. Everybody's different. Not every man's a fucking dog, and not every woman's a whore. Get over it. People are different. Everybody's different. People change. People do things. People are tired of shit. Some people hang up their boots and their panties, and they give up that life and they try to be somebody better. So not everybody's gonna be, a piece of shit. Trying to take shit to the next phase with someone else. But if you see that same shit happen, then hey, look, I'm not gonna give this shit a chance. I'm gonna go. Fuck that. And don't overdo it. Slay. Exactly. And that's the biggest problem. People do it to me all the time. And I'm like, look, I'm not the one. If you think I'm like your ex, then don't come to me now. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, bro. No problem, man. Thank you too. But that's me. Like that's why I'm single and I have been single for many years because the woman I want, she only exists if I give her a chance. She only is going to be my woman if I can trust her. If I can trust her, then I will love her. And if I love her, then it's all good. But the trust comes first. If you show me I can't trust you, then how can I fucking love you? That's the facts. If I don't trust you, I can't love you. Because there is no love without trust. And I think people are in love with people's, you know, personality, or they're in love with their dick or their coochie. They're in love with the sex they have, or they're in love with someone's lifestyle or money. That shit's not love. You're in love, you're in lust with those things. That's just my opinion and my feelings on relationships and things like that. Sad part is you do so much for somebody and they shit in your face in the end. That's what hurts the most. You sit there and you do all this shit for this person for years, and you help them, you're with them, and then they up and leave you, or they up and cheat on you, or they up and disrespect you. And then when that happens, you either do one or two things: you mope and you feel sorry for yourself, or you get over it and you say, you know what, I deserve, you know, someone decent, and hopefully they find me or I find them. And when I do, I'm not gonna let them do to me what this other person did. That's the only thing you gotta do, is not allow the same occurrence to happen. Not make the same mistakes, same errors, all that shit. Don't allow people to like take advantage of you. When you get that red flag or that like that lie, take that shit all the way and say, you know what, I'm done. If you end it right then and there, you start to complete the lessons to get to where you gotta be. Trust me, that's how it works. The more you learn your lessons, the more God would say, okay, well, you learned your lessons. You understand now. I'm gonna give you the right person. Simple. I'm not even praying for cheaters. I don't pray for none of those damn people destiny. Because cheating is a choice. Cheating is a something that is one of the biggest sins in the world to me. Because if you're not happy with the person you're with, that you're fucking and you're with and you're having sex with, then you leave. You say, look, I can't be with you no more. I don't love you no more. I don't want to have sex with you no more. I'm done with you. When it's officially done, then you can go fuck that person you want to fuck, or you go have sex with the next person. Don't ever do that shit when you're with each other. That's just fucking. That's just stupid. You defeat the purpose of living and being with somebody. So if you do that, right, you're gonna keep doing it, or you're gonna feel like, hey, I did it, so fuck it. It's okay because I got somebody else now. I got a different coochie. I got a different person. That's not the right thing. You might feel like you're doing the right thing, but you just disrespected somebody. But if it happened to you, you probably wouldn't like it, would you? When a cheater gets cheated on, that's the ultimate karma. Then they realize what they did. My dog's in the background making all sorts of noise. You could probably see her, here. Well, destiny, majority of the time, if they cheated on you, they did it because either one or two reasons. They just wanted to be with you to fuck you, and then when they got fed up, where they didn't want you no more, they wanted somebody else, and the easiest way out is to cheat and disrespect you. And the other thing is another reason why they cheat is because they feel like the grass is gonna be greener on the other side. They'll get more for their, more dollar for their buck or whatever how they say like more for what they want. Or you might not do something that the other person does. Exactly. Yeah. It's always and cheating happens because it tests that person that cheats. The person that cheats on you is also being taught a lesson, or they're being tempted. See, because when a person has someone that's genuine, decent, and does everything for them, that's where the temptation from the devil comes in. The devil puts something in your face and says, I know you want to cheat. I know you can cheat. You will cheat. You just don't get caught. The devil's on your shoulder and the angel's on the other side. And the angel's like, don't you dare. You got a great woman. You got a great man. You're going to get, it's temptation. Temptation is the worst thing. So you might feel like you have the best person in the world, and then somebody comes around where you're like, holy shit, I would love to fuck this person. Too bad I'm with somebody. Then that part, as soon as you think that, or you say that, or you tempt that, it comes to you. The devil's like, oh, good, yes, get somebody else on our side. Let me throw this coochie in their face. Let me throw this asshole up in them. You know, that's how it works. And when you pass that test of not doing it, then you know, like, that you succeeded. You passed the test because you're with still with the same person that you love and care about. And I've seen some people cheat, ruin their lives, ruin the other person's life, and then both people got ruined and don't find nobody else or can't go back to where they came from. But the worst is when you cheat and you still allow that person back into your life. And I know a few people that have done that. I that's what I don't understand. I know a few people right now that are still living in this world that have cheated on their spouse or their boyfriend or girlfriend and took them back. And I'm like, are you sure? You sure you want to do that? Okay. Well, you're gonna have an L written on your forehead for the rest of your life. You're gonna live in fear for the rest of your life. Once a cheater, always a cheater. There is no mistakes when that's concerned. I'm not taking you back ever. Hell no. Oh no. Hell, motherfucker no. You cheat on me, good riddance forever. Yeah, I'm not giving nobody no chances. That was my biggest mistake back in the day. You know, I gave one of my exes too many chances. You know, she left her abusive boyfriend, came to me. You know, I comforted her. We got close. We ended up going out, and then she ended up going back to him, and I caught her with him. And then I was like, "Fuck you." She goes, "Oh well, nothing happened. I was just going to get my shit. Trust me, nothing happened. You can call him." I said, "No, no. You should have told me you were going there. I would have went with you. I would have been like, yeah, I'm coming to get my girl shit. You know, put it on the outside. Why the fuck you go there for?" Obviously, because you was, you know, doing something or you was, you know, going back to see what was going on. And then because she was with me, he wanted her back. So then I was like, fuck you, goodbye. So then he ended up being with her for like a couple more months. And then he ended up leaving her and going to another woman that he's married to now and had a kid with. This was like, you know, like a long time ago. And then she came back running to me saying, oh, yeah, he left me. You know, I should have learned my lesson. Then we started to get cool again. And I gave her a chance because I kind of felt, you know, like he did it on purpose to feel like, you know, to ruin me and her. But it didn't. It was the same shit. Then I was DJing one night. She was in the crowd. And my best friend caught her giving this guy her number. And I was like, yeah. And she denied it, but I said, look, I trust my friend. I knew. Like, yeah, I know you're a rat. So I got rid of her the second time. Then the third time she came begging on her knees, literally. And I took her back a third time, try and give her another chance. Trying like, you know, because I know people go through bullshit or whatever. So I was dopey enough to take her back. Again, a third time. And then the third time was a charm. I got her back. I got rid of her for somebody else. So I got her back for all the dumb shit she did to me. I was like, yeah, cool, 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 whatever. You know, we started being cool again. Then one day she was like at a party and I walked in with someone else. And I was like, well, This is how life is. Cheers to revenge. But that was stupid of me, getting back at her for her own stupidity. But it felt good to do it. But, I didn't end up being with that woman anyway. It was just something I wanted to do to get back at her for the third time. But I never was that stupid or naive ever again. This is many moons ago. But, And the last person I was with was probably the most deceptive, lying piece of trash I've ever dealt with in my life. She really, uh, she should be a Hollywood actor because she lied so good that I couldn't even, catch her in our lies until the shit really hit the fan. And I finally figured it out. When I figured it out, it was too late. And then I was like, you know what? I should have went with my instincts. I should have went with my intuition and got rid of you a long time ago. But hey, I learned my lesson. And guess what? This same person is living a shitty life now because they didn't want me. They wanted somebody else, and that person fucked them and left them, literally. Not my problem. And the person tried coming back in the past year or two, whatever it was. And I was like, nope, don't want you back, don't care. Go fuck yourself. She had the nerve to actually try and come back again after all she did. Some people have no shame. And I said, no way. Hell no. What made you think I want you back after everything you did? You must think I'm got stupid written on my forehead. Fuck that. Don't care, don't need you, don't want you. Go live your miserable life without me. Should have made the right choices when you had a chance. Not my problem. Your choices is not my problem. Oh yeah, definitely. They're the ones who say you're a nice guy, girl. Yeah, but they the ones who fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Being nice ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's only gonna get you somewhere with another nice person. Dan, that is absolutely true. A lot of kids who in a divorce, they either don't want to get married because of the trauma they dealt with, or they tread lightly, or they go through the trauma of, is this gonna happen to me? And that's the saddest thing. The kids are always, not guilty. The kids are always, the ones who suffer in the end. And that's what I don't like. It's like my two nephews that I live with, they always tell me, you know, why I'm not married and why I'm not with nobody. And I tell them the truth. I tell them all the time, look, man, it's my choice. And some people say, no, it's not your choice. You should be. It is my choice. I choose to be single and I choose to be happy and I choose to not be in a situation that I don't want to be in. Good night, Ninja. Take care. And if I choose to be with somebody, that's my choice. I'm going to choose to date you. I'm going to choose to be with you. I'm going to choose to try to open up my heart to you and trust you. It's always a choice. It's always a choice. I see some people's podcasts and they talk about, oh, you say it, you choose not to be single. Nobody wants you anyway, and blah, blah, blah. That's all bullshit. Everybody has a choice to be what they want to be and do what they want to do. If I want to be in a relationship, I'm going to go out every day or every weekend until I try and find somebody. Or I can say, hey, sweetheart, I'm coming to visit you. Where you at? Oh, yeah, I live in such and such. Okay, cool. I'm getting on a plane right now. I want to meet you. I want to be with you. That's a choice. But if I reject everyone, that's a choice. I want to be by myself. I don't want to be with you. Yeah, ninja. That's the shit, Dan Teller. But that's the thing. Some people that are in relationships, they're happy. And some people who are in relationships, they're mad. They're sad. They can't fathom what they're doing wrong or what they need to do to keep it together. It's always a task. Always. But the best thing to do is do what's right for you. If you're in a toxic relationship, get the fuck out. If you want to get a divorce, get a damn divorce. If you want to work it out, work it the fuck out. If you want to be single, be single. Want to get married? Go get married. It's your choice. It's your life. You do whatever's best for you. And don't worry about someone else's life or someone else's relationships. That's not good. Just keep dealing with yours. And don't use anybody else's relationship to signify yours or to compare yours or to envy somebody else's relationship. None of that shit's good. All you gotta do is what's best for you and find somebody for you that loves you and cares about you just as how you do for them. And the only way it's gonna last for a long time is if you put in the work and they put in theirs. Like my card says that I made, if you give 100%, make sure you get 100%. And if you don't, and that's your fault. It's our fault to have the people in our lives that we choose to put in our lives. And one thing I hear a lot of women say to me is, I regret having children with this fucking idiot. That's what a lot of women have said to me a lot. Is I regret having children with this man. I regret him being my husband and my baby daddy, but I don't regret my children. Right? That's one of the famous things that women say to me. So when they try and find a substitute for the position, it doesn't go so well. And vice versa, by the way. And if you do, that's a blessing. Consider yourself lucky if you find a substitute that's going to take care of you and your children that ain't theirs. Or just be there. Just be a good person to you, good partner. Seems like that's the only thing that's left for a lot of people. But there is hope. I always have hope for love, for partnerships, for relationships. I always feel like there's always someone for everyone. Some people it happens early in life, some people it happens later in life, and sometimes it don't happen at all. And like I said, it's a choice. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think. And some people are gonna be like, well, Mark, you're gonna have someone one day and you're gonna be so happy. Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, sure. I invite you to the wedding. You can eat a piece of my wedding cake. It's cool. If God wants to bring me somebody, that's cool. I'll take them. I'll get them. I'll wife them up. I'll be good to them. You know? I'll plant my seed in them. I'll do whatever. Whatever makes her happy, me happy, we'll make it happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. I'm okay. I'll just sit back and wait. That's all. I'm not going crazy after nobody, that's for sure. I'm too old for that shit. Yeah, it's that time. But I wish everybody luck, and I wish everybody, I wish everyone in here has a wonderful relationship one day. Or if you are married, I hope you continue your marriage and be successful. I hope everybody who's single finds somebody decent if you want somebody. If you're in a relationship, I hope your relationship lasts forever. Just make sure you put in the work. And if you want to be single, I'm not judging you. Being single is what you want. That's it. That's what you want to live. That's how you want to live. That's perfectly fine. I'll never judge you. You do what you want to do what's best for you. That's simple. In the meantime, when all fails, you have me. All right, Dan. Take care. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. It's past my bedtime. It's 20 to 1 in the morning here. It's 12:40. I need to get my ass up tomorrow and go do some work. So love you guys. Be safe. And remember that, it's all good. Just be happy that you have your health, a job, a place to live. You have money in your pocket. You don't have an STD. All these things count in the world. If you do, then that's your problem. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye, Lucky, Destiny, Miss Bikini, Dan, Ninja, whoever else is in here. Take care. Stay out of trouble. You know what, Miss Bikini? All you got to do is just know that you have a spiritual love life now for the time being. And if you ever want to open back up to be with somebody, I'm sure Phil will be okay with that because he would only want you to be happy. Oh, look, it's Miss Oda, my Hermana. How you doing? Hey, guess what, Hermana? Before I leave, I found those treats. I went to the store today and I found the Greenies dental treats. And guess what? My doggy likes it. She ate one. She licked it at first. She held it in her paws and she licked it. She was like, yeah, it's pretty good. Then she came back to it like an hour later and then she ate it. And she enjoyed it. So I was like, cool. I meant to text you earlier and tell you. But yeah, I got them. Let me see if these are the ones that you got. Look, I'll show you. See? Are these the ones that you were talking about? These are the ones that I got. They had different ones there, but I had to get it for my dog, a large one, because she's 70 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, these are the ones I got. She loves them. They're nice. I don't know if they're nice. I ain't ate them, but but she likes them. I think it was like $13 for this bag. It was $13. So, yeah, that's how much I paid for them. But she likes them. So I'm glad the store has them. They have different types too. She's in back of me now. I'm gonna take her to go pee and go sleep. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. You know, she likes it. That's all that matters. So I gave her one today, so she liked it. So that's a good thing. Hopefully our breath smells better. Yeah, I can. Yeah, but see, the thing is, if I order them on Amazon, I'm still gonna pay the same price bringing them in. You see what I mean? That's the fucked up thing. If I order them on Amazon and bring them in, I'm still gonna pay the same price as I pay here. So I might as well just get them here. You know, by the time I pay the tax and the fee, it's gonna be ridiculous. So I don't mind. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Getting them here was fun. Yeah, I meant to tell you that. I'm glad you came in so I can show them to you and tell you I got them. So yeah, your recommendation was fine. Diamond loves them, so she ate it no problem. At first, she kind of licked it and was like, "Okay, cool." Then when she ate it, I was like, "Great, finally ate it." So I'm gonna give her another one and then see how she reacts. Yeah, see if her breath smells better. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to sleep. But it's good seeing you, Hermana. Hope all is good in your world. And I just wanted to let you know that yeah, I got them. I'm gonna try and get some. They have some like smaller ones too, so I might switch it up and get different ones or whatever. Love you too, sweetheart. I see you tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow night at some point in time. Alrighty. Good night.